China is kind of waiting this out right now, even though their economy is taking a big hit. Their stock market, for example, is down in bear market territory about 20% this year. The yuan, their currency, is collapsing, and they have to save face. President Xi is in power for life, and he wants Beijing to think and know that he has the upper hand. But ultimately, at the end of the day, the U.S. actually has the upper hand, as noted by whose economy is really weakening. I hope so. I hope you're right. But who uses Bing? I mean, last time I checked,
use Bing. I tell you, let me just put in a word for Bing. I've got no Microsoft stock, by the way, unlike Stuart Varney. I think Bing shows me that it is a little less biased than Google. That's my opinion. Go ahead.
Good. I like that idea. I hope more people follow suit. If Google cannot prove to us that they have removed any type of political bias from their search engines, because at the end of the day, I have no issue with a company leaning left or leaning right. But when you dominate the industry and don't have competition, which hopefully they do from Bing, at least you're a user of Bing, then in that case, you can influence elections by influencing opinions. And that is not okay.